Friends, I hope you all are doing well. So in this video we'll discuss some another important stuff about Snowflake. So in last videos what we have discussed so far, so we have tried to create one table in our Snowflake database, and with the help of data dictionary views information underscore schema, we tried to get the details about our tables, whatever tables we have created now. So suppose this view will provide you information about those tables. Now suppose if you want to get DDL of any of the database object, whether it's table, view, anything, okay, so what you can do, so you can just run this query, select get underscore DDL, then your database object name and the name of that database object. What will happen, it will provide you DDL of that database object. Okay, now suppose you have created one table. So let's see, now I have created another table. Okay, now if I want to see DDL of this table, I can see with the help of this query. Here you can see, like if some of you have had earlier worked in Oracle, so in Oracle, while creating any of table, if you are creating our database data type as varchar 2, so maximum 4000 bytes of data which can be stored in our column which had having data type as varchar 2. But in Snowflake, up to 16 MB of data can be stored into varchar columns, maximum of 16 MB. Okay, now second thing, like while creating our Snowflake account, we discussed about time travel feature. So this is the another important feature which has been provided by our Snowflake. So let us see what is. Suppose let me run this query first. Okay, so table details like test underscore details. So if you see test details table, okay, so in this detail table, if I show you, there would be a column retention time. If you see, by default data retention time of any of the table in Snowflake is 1 day. Okay, it means suppose if you delete any of the record from this table, so up to 1 day of data which can be recovered. Okay, so maximum time travel feature in Snowflake Enterprise Edition is 90 days. Okay, for all of our database or tables. Okay, so suppose if I want to change this data, by default data retention time would be of 1 day. Okay, now if I want to change this to 7 days, okay, now I can change it. Okay, let me go to that thing. If you see, retention time is 7 days. Now if I want to make it to 91 day, okay, so what will happen, it means it will not allow you. Maximum of 90 days can be provided to our Snowflake tables. Okay, let me show you again here. So maximum of 90 days. So what is the meaning of this data retention of 90 days? It means if any of the changes are happening in this table within 90 days, so till the last 90 days data can be recovered or getting tracked with in Snowflake. Okay, now uh, so if you see, by default whenever we are creating any of tables, so that table would be your permanent table. Okay, now so what is, so Snowflake basically provides us three types of table: permanent table, transient table, and temporary table. So based on the business requirement, we are supposed to create our tables. Now if you want to, if you like to understand what is the difference between all these three types of tables, so in permanent table, so by default whenever you are getting any of the tables in Snowflake, that table would be your permanent table. Okay, if you uh, if you want to create there is another type of table which we call it transient table. So in time, so what is the difference between permanent table and transient table? So in permanent table, if you see, maximum of data retention time is 90 days. Okay, but in transient table, in transient tables data retention time is maximum 1 day only. So one more thing, if I talk about temporary table, so in temporary table there is no data retention time. So those temporary tables are basically for that session only. Now, so you might be thinking why I am so much discussing about this data retention time. Okay, why? Because there is cost associated with this. Okay, so suppose if while you are designing any of your tables, okay, so if that tables requires I can say that not very much important table and data, or if you can say that is staging table in your database, whenever you are designing your tables in your project, so make sure if that is your staging table, that is daily truncated load, so what will happen, you can create that transient table. Why? Because it will save your cost. Second thing, along with this data retention time and days, there is another parameter which we call it fail safe. It means up to the 90 days you can recover data by yourself, but 90 days plus 7 days more fail-safe period is provided by Snowflake. It means after 90 days, if you want to recover your data in case of any failure, what you can do, you can connect to Snowflake support team directly, and they can help you in providing data for that 7 days. Okay, so if you are designing your table permanent table, so permanent table and data retention time maximum would be 90 days plus 7 days of fail safe. Okay, now in transient table there is no fail safe. Okay, it means for transient table there is maximum of 1 day of data retention time in days, and there is no fail safe. If you talk about temporary table, in temporary tables there is no fail safe, no data retention time. Okay, so that's all from this video. Thank you.